Hey everybody, welcome to the Cosmic Panel. Back again with another Cosmic Calamities. This time we are reviewing the Avengers Assemble Omega and the Avengers Assemble event in general. This is the end of Jason Aaron's 5-year Avenger run.
5 years.
5 years. Pretty crazy to think. But yeah, I mean, it's true. It's about, 17 issues of Avengers Forever and 60 plus issues of the main Avengers book. So yeah, pretty crazy. So yeah, I mean, let's get into it. We both read this book today.
Yeah.
At our job at the comic shop, and we definitely have mixed feelings.
Yeah. So let's hit the elephant on its head. Wait, what's that fucking that? That's a new saying I just made up. I think I was supposed to say let's address the elephant in the room. I was just thinking about hitting people over the head. Anyway,
That was just funny.
Anyway, I think we need to talk about Robbie.
Yeah.
I really liked the idea of the All-Rider. I liked the idea.
Yeah.
I didn't like the execution.
Yeah.
One, they didn't really they didn't show. We didn't really get the full upper limits of his power. Like we got the fight, but like it didn't feel like we got the upper limits of his power.
I gotta be honest, like the whole Omega issue was 60% them trying to stop this flood.
Yeah. Which is not interesting.
Which was really weird. I get that that's like the pressing issue at hand, but like I don't think they fully explained how Robbie just fucking went to the other side and then sealed it. Like I feel like there should have been a panel of him, like, I don't know, screaming hellfire at the hole or something.
Yeah,
like,
it didn't really make sense. Like, what the fuck did he do? Did
he just drove into the other side, and like I didn't really quite understand.
Yeah, me neither. And I also don't understand where he is, like, at the end.
He's in the void of nothingness. Like, he's like on the other side of the God Quarry, where it's just negative existence. It's just a void.
The only thing I like, really, from this All-Rider stuff, the only thing I really, really like is that they really hammered home that when Robbie turns into Ghost Rider, he is a different person. I love that he's like, my name is Robbie Reyes. I have a brother named Gabe.
Yeah,
like
that
at
was
the
good.
end, and he's just repeating it to himself to keep himself sane.
Yeah.
I really like that. I really, really like that. It's a good idea. That would have been awesome in a solo run.
Yeah, that's the thing is now, right, is like probably no one's gonna follow up on that storyline for the foreseeable future. Well, I just mean like Aaron left him there, and now who's gonna actually bother to write him out of that void? Like,
yeah,
I don't see it happening anytime soon. But I'd love to be proved wrong.
I would too. It just sucks. And then like the fact that I hate the fact that as soon as they finished the event, they were like, and everything's back to normal. We have the Avengers, and it was just like half of them were people that weren't even in the run at all.
Yeah.
Like in the final Avengers shot, it was like also like Namor being arrested. It was like, what? That's stupid. What?
That
the
was
fuck?
odd. I don't remember that being a story point.
Yeah, like what? Where was that? Also, it felt really weird to not have BP in the event at all when he was so pivotal during the entire story.
Yeah.
I feel like he should have at least come back at some point.
Also,
Infinity
thing being like on the back of the cover. By the way, I don't know if you saw. It's it's a fold out cover.
Well, I saw it was a fold out, but I didn't see.
Yeah, Infinity thing is on the back, and also he's inside the interiors, and yet. He, like in one of the last few pages when it's that Earth's Avengers, when it's Ant-Man and that female Moon Knight, like that team, he's there, but didn't do anything in the actual event.
Bro, why not? Infinity thing is such unironically.
It's because I guess it's too easy of a solution to the flood. Is Infinity thing shows up? I don't know. Like, come on, I wanted an Infinity thing moment. I wanted a bigger moment with him.
It is the time of clobbering.
But they had to sacrifice Robbie. I'm at least glad that they didn't not kill off Starbrand like that. Imagine if they just left like an old ass 90-year-old Starbrand just walking around the the Marvel universe.
They just screw her over every time she fucking like uses any bit of her power. She like ages a year.
Yeah, she just doesn't die.
It's like also like how awful of an existence.
Yeah, seriously.
It really sucks. Like,
I wonder how many actual years she lived.
I think it's only like a year and a half. Like everything, like because she came in. She was a baby when the multiversal Masters of Evil came in, and then they took time to prepare for the.
She was a baby like fucking midway through the Avengers run, like.
Yeah.
I just mean like how much real time. Like I know issue
Yeah, that's
time,
what I'm thinking.
Like real
that's what I'm
time,
trying to think. Because the thing is, they also time traveled a shit ton. So like we actually don't know.
Yeah.
Like they saw Ghost Sam or Ghost Ronin. Like
yeah.
And like we don't know what like
a couple years max.
I don't even think a couple of years. I think maybe a year, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because she was already like they got her. She was already a toddler, but we don't know if that was. But like she was already born a toddler, like basically.
Right.
It's super weird, but anyway,
yeah.
I don't. A lot of like. I feel like the art didn't really convey actions very well, or what was supposed to happen very well at times.
Okay.
Like the Phoenix Force just leaving everyone, like so there's no more Phoenix Force in the entire multiverse? Is that what they were trying to say?
I don't understand why Echo is now without the Phoenix Force.
It doesn't make any sense.
They didn't make a point out of doing that when they were holding back the flood.
Exactly. No, well, I don't think it was during that. I think it was when what's her name, the original Phoenix user and Brandy sacrificed themselves. I'm pretty sure that's what they're saying. Because they were like saying like, well, why can't we do it? Only them or some shit. And then it was like,
well, I mean but that's the thing is like only that prehistoric Phoenix and modern Starbrand sacrifice themselves.
Yeah, but that's
so
the thing. I don't understand.
It just recycled the Star.
It
released the Starbrand and the Phoenix Force for everyone.
Yeah, I guess that's what I guess that's what I'm saying is like they absorbed all the Phoenix and all the Star brands at once.
Okay, because they made a big the thing that like this makes sense, I guess, but the thing that confuses me is when prehistoric Phoenix and Echo were fighting, evil Phoenix, and then they came back to stop the flood. They made a point of saying, we just exhausted a lot of our powers defeating the other Phoenix, like the evil Phoenix.
Yeah.
So now, we're at a low power level or whatever, but they still, were able to hold back the flood. But I didn't know, if you're going to do that, I'm just saying then make a point after to say, like, they're completely drained. Like, I don't know. It just was really weird.
It felt very convoluted. I think a lot of this run... our major issue, and I think you and I both agree, is that this event went way too long.
That's the headline of this. Is this event has been building up for ages, bro. Ages. I mean, Mephisto...
We're talking to the mic.
Mephisto being an issue for so long, having the Heroes Reborn event, or not Reborn. What was the first one? It was Reborn and then Return. A Heroes Reborn event, he had already, like, fucked with the whole fucking universe, rewritten history, and then it takes this long for us to actually, get to this grand finale point. All because apparently he was suicidal. Like,
yeah, like that's also another thing. Like, what, that was really his plan? Really?
Yeah, he was just gonna wipe out everything. That was
like, can he not like die from like anything else? Like, why does he need to wipe everything?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, it makes no sense. It feels very out of character for him, especially with like how he had built up the entire time.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Wait. He got killed by Khonshu. If he was suicidal, why did he resurrect himself?
The main Mephisto
Yes.
was killed by Khonshu?
Yeah,
'Cause I remember
he was.
Khonshu killing a bunch of like multiverse
He killed the
versions.
main one first, and then a bunch of like.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So
Forgot
what the
about that.
fuck was that?
I think this book just suffered terribly from being stretched out so long. I think it's something had to do. Some of this had to do with editorial stuff. There's no way this was all Aaron.
Yeah, definitely not.
Because I think Aaron had a plan, and they either made him stretch it out for a super long time. That must have been it. They must have just made him stretch it out. Because the inconsistencies in character writing from book to book is apparent. I think all of the Masters of Evil from one book would go from being ultra powerful, you can't kill them, to being killed in a panel in the next book.
Yeah,
Like Doom all of a sudden just dies. The Doom
he
of
just
all.
turns into stone.
He just
what?
dies. Which I don't know. You just, after all that, you expect more of a struggle out of him. That's all.
Yeah. I felt like also like the fact that we got to the point where like Mephisto was just making a Megazord out of himself is just like it's like really like it's fine. That's fine.
What, him being
But it's-
gigantic? You talking about?
Yeah. Well, he built it out of his own bodies.
Oh, well, he was absorbing his own bodies and then
Yeah, going. So like I call that a Megazord.
going sicko mode.
But it's
Yeah,
just like
yeah. I guess that's true.
like why all this. I guess my main question is like why all this effort when you reveal that the character just wants to die because he's bored, and it's like why did you put so much effort? Why did you try so hard?
Yeah.
Like why are you fighting against like any of them? Just let them fucking kill you.
Right.
Like it's not that difficult. And
Yeah.
I feel like another thing that you and I brought up that I think is a major issue within this event was that they kept on spending way too much time on the side multiversal variants. Which, okay, that's fine. It's fine to spend a page or two, but when you dedicate an entire issue and we just ignored the main Avengers team, the point of Avengers Forever, that book, it was supposed to establish the multiversal variants so that when it came to the war, you would already know who they are and you don't need an explanation.
Yeah.
You see them, you understand them, you don't need to be caught up.
Right.
Why are you guys having like full-on paragraphs of conversations between each other and us not seeing any action or anything significant being said? I think the most interesting part outside of like from the multiversal side characters was when Ant-Man was invading into like the caverns or whatever. Like, but that was because we had already spent so much time with him.
The first arc of Avengers Forever was fantastic.
Yeah.
My issue was that they spent like 6 or 7 issues of the main Avengers book hunting down variants. Clearly it was, again, an attempt to just stretch out the run. They didn't have other plans for those issues. They just, Ghost Drone in one issue, fucking Agamotto another issue or whatever it was.
Cosplay the book. Basically, at times, like it felt like that. Like, how many characters can we have at Comic-Con next year?
Right. And I love multiverse stuff. I do, but I don't think that the main Avengers book should have been spent on that when we didn't really. Again, I think it was like the last Avengers issue or some shit like that, where we got a lot of one-on-one personal time with Starbrand and Ghost and Robbie.
That was.
Or was that Avengers Forever?
No, that was the last. That was the issue before this, the Omega, where we got Starbrand and Robbie just talking to each other,
which is great, and I want more
because they hadn't met.
I wanted
like
more
at
of
least
that.
when she was older.
Right. But yeah, the first arc of Avengers Forever is fantastic, and then they go on to spend time on each each pillar.
Which didn't even build
the
into
Star
anything.
Panther and all these guys, and they're sick.
I wasn't a huge fan of Star Panther, to be honest.
No.
Nah, it just felt
cool
way too
idea.
way too strong, and it felt very contrived in like the not fun way.
I think there's a reason that there's only one of him. Is all I'm saying. Like I didn't see any other Black Panthers in that whole fucking event.
Yeah, that is true. We like what the fuck happened with that?
I don't know. It's kind of weird. But
also, like
yeah,
I'm glad that Mark was not dragged into this. Mark Spector,
yeah,
Moon Knight, because like they could have easily have dragged him into this, and I'm so happy that Jed was probably like, no, my character is staying the fuck out of this. Yeah, my character now.
Yeah.
I turned your retroactive event into a good thing for him. But I think the key thing is also that the Avengers felt like our main Avengers, our people, the ones that we follow and built up with rapport with, felt like side characters within the entire book. The only time they felt like main characters were when they were fighting the masters of the the masters of
multiversal
evil.
masters of evil.
Try to say that 5 times fast. Multiversal masters of evil. When they were fighting them, it felt like they were the main characters. That felt. I think that was the best part of the event. I think that was the most concise because it was a fight. You had a goal. We had clear reasons for why they were fighting. We had clear reasons for who each opponent was and who each character that we were fighting with. And then we just disappeared from them and went off to the multiversal side characters, and it didn't feel cohesive in any way.
Like, I feel like there should have been a big moment for every Avenger in this Omega. Like, Cap had a moment, Thor had a moment, that was good. I guess Echo had her moment, but didn't.
What about Tony?
Yeah.
What about
Carol?
What about Darkhawk?
Well, Nighthawk got to punch Mephisto in the face, and that was kind of it for him.
Yeah, but it still felt like weak. Like if you added one more panel after he punches him, where he's like, "You created me, but I'm not your creation," or something like a simple line like that would have driven that home.
Yeah.
Like, so many of the characters felt like they got really weak resolutions. Like Thor and Echo felt really weak. A thing that I pointed out to Elias when I was reading is they have just completely ignored Echo's disability, which is like literally the pivotal part of her
I don't
character.
know if they ever explained why that is. Like
why the fuck
Phoenix,
are they?
Did the Phoenix Force? No, because
I hope not, because that would be such a slap in the face to the character. That'd be like if the Phoenix Force joined with Daredevil and suddenly fixed his eyesight. Like,
yeah,
it would just destroy the whole point of the character, which was that, like, this is a person with disabilities, but no matter those disabilities, they can overcome them. And because of her disability, she has learned to analyze body language to such a massive degree.
Yeah. But, like, it was cool, though, when they made Daredevil Heimdall in War of the Realms.
Oh, did they do that? I didn't know. I didn't read War of the Realms, so.
No? No, they gave him Heimdall's post, and, like, he had, you could see everything, obviously.
That's wild.
So that was kind of
That's
sick.
actually kind of cool, yeah. But yeah, no, this event felt very lackluster. I feel like it just we had a goal, we had an end game, but then especially in the end, it felt like we just tripped and kind of lost sight of it.
Yeah.
It started off really strong. I think Avengers Forever started off really strong, and but then we sidelined Robbie. Robbie became a side character within that book, which was not something I wanted. I wanted more exploration of him losing his humanity.
Yeah.
Robbie should have been the main character of that book. Honestly, he should have stayed the main character.
Should have stayed that main character. Yeah.
And then the end, they take him out. They take him out for very contrived reasons, but even at the time, I was like, okay, whatever. I guess they have to take him out. But then he doesn't transform at all until the end. Like, what the fuck? This is a character that we've been supposed to be, but has been following for like 13 issues on his own solo venture. I say supposed to, but like, why is he not part of this fight? This is literally if anyone has a stake in this fight, it's Robbie at this point. He has literally lost a leg to this.
And his final hurrah is just closing this flood.
Yeah, it just
And
feels very...
didn't even really... I don't think he was even the guy for the job on that. They were like, what character can we sacrifice? And they landed on, Robbie for plumbing issues.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, I don't know. It's
fucking
just a
calls
shame.
Mario.
I really wanted to like this event.
Who
Yeah,
would
it's just
you
a
have
shame.
sacrificed instead? Just curious.
Well, I don't know.
I think personally, if anyone, it should have been Infinity Thing.
Yeah.
I think
Exactly.
he should have literally became the Floor of the Dead universe.
Yeah. There you go.
Like instead of just he literally just the rocks just start growing out of him. He just becomes more and more rocks. Because
that would be an
and then
amazing.
He just closes it.
That would be an amazing visual. Yeah.
Because then it's like, I am Infinity Thing, and it is no longer the time of
I am
clobbering.
infinite.
I am infinite. Now is no longer the time of clobbering. It is the time of mending. And then he just mends the hole. Like, that would have been cool. Like, that would have been nice.
I appreciate them sacrificing Starbrand for a greater cause, but I don't really appreciate them using Robbie that way. the
Starbrand felt fine.
The Planet of Vengeance was fucking sick,
but
cool. It was like 2 seconds
Spectacle.
and then it was over.
Yeah, it was spectacle without the impact.
Yeah.
So overall, any final thoughts?
Overall, I would give this 2.5 out of 5 Vengeance planets.
Yeah, I think I have to go with 2.5 Robbie legs for my scale.
Yeah.
Out of 5 Robbie legs.
Yeah.
I don't know why there's only 5, but I cut one Robbie in half. So, anyway, this has been the Cosmic Panel. Or do you want to close out?
Yeah, shut the fuck up, you stupid motherfucker. We got a lot more events coming up this year for comics. So stay tuned for our reviews of those, and hopefully we'll do some retrospective ones soon as well. As always, like, subscribe, support your local comic shop, and read comics. See you guys next time.
Peace.